Good afternoon. I'm Annetta Thompson. I am a career navigator with the Northwest Career Center. I've been with the agency close to a year, but however, I have over 20 years of experience in workforce development. And I want to welcome my co-host, Miss Vanessa. Miss Vanessa, come on board and say hello to everyone.
Hello, 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 everyone. So happy to be here today. My name is Vanessa Johnson. I'm a career development specialist for the Northwest Career Center, and we're located in the Mondawmin Mall, third floor. I have been with the Mayor's Office of Employment Development for 32 years. And so I'm so happy to be here today to share with you some of the things that I have learned here at the Mayor's Office of Employment Development.
Okay, let's get started. So, our subject today, we're going to discuss goal setting. But first, we're going to give you some updates. So, all of our centers are currently physically closed. However, services are being offered remotely, and employers are still hiring. And job leads can be emailed. So, send your email request to jobclubnwcc@oedworks.com. And jobs are also posted on the Maryland Workforce Exchange. And the website for that is mwejobs.maryland.gov. And also check the Now Hiring Job Board for employment opportunities. And the website for that is moed.baltimorecity.gov/job.seekers/now-hiring. So services are still being offered, even though we're not in the office at this time.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. COVID board current opportunities. We have current opportunities with the Baltimore Health Corps. These jobs consist of outbreak investigator, care coordination associate, care coordinator director, and from the community health worker from the Office of Support. Elite Spice. They are offering production, custodial services, and forklift jobs. Mr. Appliance of Owings Mills. Appliance repair technicians, right at home. There have openings for certified nursing assistants, certified medicine technicians, and geriatric nursing assistants, and many, many more. And you can find those opportunities located https:// moed.baltimorecity.gov/job seekers /now hiring. Thank
Yeah,
you.
this is just a small fraction of the employment opportunities that's listed on the COVID now hiring
Yes,
board.
yes, definitely.
Mhm. So the ABCs of Maryland Workforce Exchange. So the Maryland Workforce Exchange is the system that offers a wide range of features and services to help job seekers and also employers in their workforce development needs. For job seekers, you can find assistance to research the job market to see what's available. You can figure out what careers that you're best qualified for. You can also research how much the jobs pay, how to apply for those jobs. And you can find out and register for any hiring events, for any virtual affairs, job fairs that's going on. And employers, they can post their job openings where a large pool of candidates can seek and apply. So with these services, you can go and apply and register with https:// mwejobs.maryland.gov. So you can register for a free account and all those services are available to you. So they offer a host of services to meet your job search needs.
Yes, let's talk about the ABCs of MWE. There are three easy steps. Create a profile, number one. This is when the registration allows users to save personal information, settings, and preferences that make using the system easier and quicker during future visits. Second step, build a resume. You can either upload a pre existing resume or walk step by step through the resume builder to create one. So you have an option there, you have a choice there of whether to use what's in MWE or upload your pre existing resume. And step three, search for jobs. Find jobs using the job order number, by the name of the company, or even by the position title. So you even have three ways to search for jobs, which makes it much better. Okay.
And it's great you can build your resume on it too.
Yes.
Mhm. Okay, so as a result of the pandemic, Vanessa, as we both know, that a
Yeah.
lot of people unfortunately lost their employment. A lot of people were furloughed or laid off. So
Yeah.
to help combat that issue, the Baltimore Health Corps, they are recruiting and will train and employ more than 300 residents who are unemployed to fulfill the following positions: contact
Mhm.
tracers, care coordinators, and community health workers. So they're not hiring frontline community health workers in Baltimore.
In
And to
Baltimore.
apply at baltimorecourts.org/Baltimore-health.corps. So this is greatly needed, especially during this time when we're experiencing now with this pandemic.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
And we need the help. We need the
Yes,
help. More than that, the city of Baltimore, we need those jobs.
yes, yes. Mhm.
Goals that MOED can help you with. We can help you getting a job. We can help you with writing a resume. We have certified resume writers. We can help you with occupational training, and we can help you with career guidance. And remember, the site that you can go visit at this time is https colon // bit ly/assistance request. Visit that site and remember, MOD can help you. We can help you.
And most importantly, all our services are free.
Are free. That
Yes,
sounds good to me.
yes.
It sounds
So,
good to me.
so why set goals? So, Vanessa, no matter what we do, we may not be aware of, we always set goals. For instance, when I go to Dollar Tree, my goal is to spend no more than $10.
Go,
Am I
girl.
successful? Am I successful? No, but I make an attempt to.
You
Only
make an attempt to. Right. Well, when I
so
when I go to Panera Bread, my goal is to get soup and salad, but I end up getting that vanilla cinnamon bun.
okay. So when you set a goal, it gives you a vision and it provides clarity. And so, how can you get results in life that you want if you don't have clarity of what you
Mhm.
actually want? So, when you set goals, it ensures that you are channeling your time, your energy, and efforts into things that really matter to you. And also, when you set goals, it motivates you because you can see where
Motivate.
you are and where you're going. And your goals represent your desires, what's going to motivate throughout your life. And by when you concentrate and visualize your goal, you become more motivated to achieve real outcomes.
That's a very good statement there because I know back when I was looking for a car back this summer, and every day I'm going to buy a car. But it wasn't until I really took time to sit down, look at cars, look at the price ranges, and really, focus on that. I was able to go forth and purchase my car. So
Mm-hmm.
then said it, why set goals? Goals are very important, and they are.
Mm-hmm.
Why set goals? It helps you focus. I was all over the place trying to decide what car, where to go. I had my brother meeting me at all these car dealers, but that's because I hadn't really sat down and set goals. I wasn't focused. It tells you exactly what things you need to focus your time and energy on. Less time spent on less relevant activities. I was spending so much time, looking at cars I couldn't afford and all that stuff, and hiding from the men that called from the car dealer, but because I wasn't focused. Why set goals holds us to be accountable. I needed to be accountable. Are you living up to the standards you set for yourself? Well, I knew I couldn't purchase the Audi I wanted, but I was still checking all the dealers and I wasn't being accountable to myself. Accountability to yourself, not someone else. I think we just talked about that earlier, and that how we have to do what we know is best for us in our decision making process. Why set goals? It allows you to be the best version of yourself, stretch you beyond normal self, and reach new heights. If when you reach goals, when you set goals and you reach them, you get a feeling of fulfillment as well. And that's very important. And then you're almost prepared to take that next step that will even take you higher. And why set goals? So that you can live your best life. We all want to live our best life. And so your day to day life that has more purpose, and we are maximizing our time and effort. So we're not spending a lot of time looking at cars that you can't afford, but you go right in and focus on the range of cars that you can. So it is very important to set goals.
Very. So let's talk about the type of goals. So we have short term, that's no longer than a month, and that you can accomplish in a daily or weekly time frame. So right now, my short term goal is I just laid off. I might just need a job right now. So my short term goal is to find a job where I can bring some income into my household. My long term goal is maybe to work on a career that may require me to go back to school to pick up more skills. We live in a very technical society now. I may need to take up skills to enhance my technology skills. So that can be years or months. You're constantly working on that to build yourself in that particular goal you're trying to achieve. Action goals, those are short term goals that give you momentum forward, your primary purpose, and it helps to initiate action. Stepping stone goals keep you on track towards your primary purpose. These are major markers that identify a progress point towards your ultimate goal in life. So you got short term, long term action, and stepping stones. So each goal that you accomplish, you're going to document and record that. Then you're going to move forward. You're moving and you're moving and you're moving towards your ultimate goal.
Setting goals. Setting goals. The acronym SMART, SMART method. This is a method that refers to a different criterion for determining objectives. The S stands for specific. It states exactly what you want to accomplish. When you're setting your goals, first of all, what is it that you want to accomplish? And most of the time, you'll be using who, what, where, and why. The M, measurable. How will you demonstrate and evaluate the extent to which the goal has been met? It's like, some people say, I don't get on the scale to weigh myself. I measure my weight loss by the way my clothes fit. So people have different ways of measuring, but the main thing is that you have a way to evaluate and demonstrate, that your goal has been met. A, achievable. Stretch and challenging goals with an ability to achieve outcome. What is the action oriented verb? Well, we have to make sure that the goals that we set for ourselves, they stretch and challenge us, but that they're also realistic and they are obtainable. Aura, relevant. How does the goal tie into your key responsibilities? How is it aligned to your objectives? Well, I've had a car I've been driving for years, and my goal was to buy another car, and I really needed it. It fit into my key responsibilities because I do a lot of ministry at church, and I spend a lot of time with my granddaughter who lives in Essex, Maryland, and I'm in Northwest Baltimore. So that car really comes in handy when it's time to pick her up on Fridays. So how does it align with my objectives? It's exactly what I need. And T, time bound. Set one or more target dates, the by when, to guide your goal to successful and timely completions. I knew that I wanted to have access to her whenever I wanted to get my granddaughter by summer. So I set the goal and I end up purchasing my car in June. So you have a time job, a time. Set your time to how long you think it's going to take and really stick to that. And again, like Arnetta has just said, being focused, staying focused, and being motivated helps a lot.
Yes, definitely. So being more specific about the SMART method. So it stresses the need for a specific goal rather than something too general. So when you set a goal, you need to be specific about
Yes.
what you're trying to accomplish. And so a specific goal, I'm getting tired, Tom. We'll usually answer the 5W questions. what?
It's
What do
okay.
I want? What do I want to accomplish? Why? Specifically, what's the purpose or benefits if I accomplish this goal? Number three, who? Who's going to be involved? Who's going to help me? What resources going to help me to accomplish my goals? Who's going to assist me? Who am I going to identify to help me along the way? Where? Identify a location. And the last one is which? Identify the requirements and if any barriers that I may encounter. So, do I need to go back to school? Do I need additional financial resources? Just whatever. What requirements do I need? And if I have any barriers, I need to address all those barriers and identify the resources to help me to overcome those barriers. So you have to be specific in everything.
Everything. SMART method. How, what is it? How do we, it makes it measurable? Helps to reach targets and measure progress. We have to set our when, our beginning, and our end, and then it helps us to reach that target at that appropriate time so that we can measure our progress. A measurable goal will usually answer questions such as how much, how many, how will I know when it is accomplished. Indicators should be quantifiable. Quantifiable. Thank you. I got some of your stuttering going on.
SMART method achievable. So it allows you to see if the goals are realistic and attainable.
Right.
An achievable goal will usually answer the question of how. How can the goal be accomplished? Okay, for instance, so if you're trying to, say for instance, seek a career that requires you to deal with the public. But if you don't have the personality to deal with the public, that's
Wow.
not a realistic goal. And you're not going to be able to attain it because of your personality.
Mm,
So you want to set a goal, identify a career where you can be behind the scene. Maybe you work on computers or whatever. But as long as you know who you are, what you're trying to accomplish, make sure it's realistic as it pertains to you. Also, an achievable goal will use and answer the question of how. How can the goal be accomplished? So you want to make sure you have identify all the resources you need to help you to move forward in accomplishing your goal.
okay, now we'll talk about the SMART method in which your goals should be relevant. Do your goals actually matter? A relevant goal can answer yes to these questions. Does this seem worthwhile? Is this the right time? Does this match our other efforts or needs? Are you the right person? Is it applicable in the current socio-economic and technical environment? So these are some of the questions that you ask yourself to check the relevancy of the goal that you have set for yourself.
I like the last statement. Is it applicable in the current socioeconomic technical environment? So as you know that technology is replacing a lot of employment opportunities. And so when we're setting our goals, especially when it comes to our careers, we need to know what careers are in top demand. And the
Exactly.
Maryland Workforce Exchange can provide you with a wealth of information of top careers. So
Yeah,
you really need to do your research and make sure if you're pursuing a particular career, you want to make sure those positions are going to be available because you're going to waste your
exactly.
time trying to pursue something that's non-existent.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mhm.
The SMART method. Now we're talking about time bound. Give your goals a target date. Give me a target date. I had a target date that I wanted to purchase my car. And so, as the time was nearing, I was getting all nervous and jittery about it, but it's good because it kept me on track and it kept me looking for the car in the financial range that I could afford. So, yes, time is very important because sometimes you can set goals and go on and on and on and never really reach that goal, especially if it's not written down. We talked about that. A
Mhm.
time bound goal will usually answer the questions when, what can I do 6 months from now? What can I do 6 weeks from now? Or what can I do today? I knew that I had to set a time because sometimes I can be very spontaneous and then I can be a procrastinator. So I knew that I wanted a car. I did not want the summer to go by without being able to jump in my car and just shoot off and go where I want. So time was set. And that showed up to be my advantage. So make sure that you set a obtainable and realistic time as well, because if you don't, you'll find that maybe it'll take you much longer than initially you would like to have taken.
Go find a new job. So, Vanessa, I believe you took my slide the last time. I'm gonna go ahead on with this. This was
I,
yours right
is
here.
this mine?
Okay. I want to find a new job in warehouse. That's your specific goal. Measurable. I want to be making $14 an hour as a forklift operator. Attainable. Are there warehouse jobs available in the area where you want to work? Relevancy. Do I qualify for a warehouse job? Do I need forklift training? Time specific. I want to be working in this industry by August. So, to find a new job, you want to do research to see if the position is available in your area. Measurable, okay, you would need to check to see if those positions in your area pay that amount. Okay, and also you also need to know if you need forklift training, and if you do not have the training, find out where you can receive the training. And so you have indicate a timeline that you want to be employed by all. So you need to try in advance to see how long it's going to take you to do the training, and then also reach out to employers that would take you if you don't have any experience. That's being realistic and also to help you to attain your
Yes, definitely.
goal. Mhm.
Well, Annette, would you like to take this one and then we'll
Okay. Okay. Achieving goals. The acronym is ESPER. Step one, establish. Okay. Determine your goal. What are you trying to accomplish? Step two, what is your strategy? How are you going to implement your goal? Step three, you planning. How are you going to go about? Step one, step two, I need to do this, I need to do that. Step four, execute, actually carry it out. Implement what you have outlined, how you're going to arrive at your goal. And number five, you're going to constantly review. When you execute, you're going to review. Execute, review. Because you want to make sure that you're on task and you're going the right direction in accomplishing your goal. Because you may have to modify your plan if you come across a hurdle that's blocking you from going further. So
exactly.
execute, review.
And I'm glad you explained step 2 and 3, the strategy and the planning, because sometimes people think a lot of times that it almost means the same thing, but that strategy is how you're going, what you're going to do, and then the planning is set up of how you're going to do it. Because sometimes I get those two kind of like mixed up or run them together. So I'm glad you broke that down for me. Thank you, Annette. Achieving goals. Establish. The acronym is ESPER. Use the SMART technique to establish your goal. Remember the SMART technique? Who, what, where, why, how many, how long. When should it be completed? Your time bound. Is it important? Your relevancy. Is it specific enough? These are the things that you look at when you're trying to achieve your goal. All of these things are very, very important when you're trying to establish, when you're trying to set your goals, when you're trying to stay focused, when you're trying to be relevant. All of these things play a major role in achieving your goals.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the continuation on achieving your goal strategy, acronym ESPER. So, what is your game plan for achieving your goal? So, take the time to think about ways you can best achieve your goal. Okay, example. They use an example of smoking, trying to quit smoking cigarettes. Okay, so I don't smoke. So, Vanessa, you and I, we love to bake. We're bakers.
Yes.
So, I'm going to use being tempted to eat too much cake. Okay, I love a good pound cake that's made from scratch and cupcakes. So if I want to stop consuming too much cake, so my plan is I'm going to eat less cake. So instead of eating 3 and 4 pieces at a time, which I can do and will do at 3 or 4 cupcakes, my goal is to break that down to maybe consuming only 1 cupcake or 1 slice of cake.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
okay.
and then so my other plan is instead of having cake on a regular basis, I'm going to substitute with some fruit. Okay.
Excellent.
And so also if, like for you, for instance, I can't hang with you, Vanessa, because you may have 3 or 4 pieces of cake, and that's going to tempt me. So I'm going to have to stay away from you. So therefore, I'm going to accomplish my goal that way as well. So I have to develop a strategy how I'm going to reach my goal by
Mhm.
not eating too much cake. That's my
Right.
strategy.
That's your strategy. Okay, maybe it'll work. It's not easy when you love to bake. That's
Yeah.
why that's why I don't bake a lot. Well, I have 5 siblings, so
Oh,
everybody
we can share with.
right.
Okay.
Achieving your goal, the strategy, tips for creating a strategy. Keep yourself accountable. Whatever you do, keep yourself accountable. Because if not, then you find yourself going back and forth. And before you know it, the time that you set for yourself has passed and the goal has not been accomplished. Leverage your resources. Use the best resources that you can. Don't get them from here, there, and everywhere because you get caught up spending so much time, that you lose time. So make sure before you even start, get the resources together, compile them of the ones that you know you're going to use and use the best that ones that you can. Reward yourself for milestones. That's my part. Yay.
Mhm.
Reward yourself. It's nothing like being rewarded or rewarding yourself.
Mhm.
It's very important. I was sharing with Annette that um, I used to write my goals down and then I would use a bright orange or yellow highlighter to just run across them once they were accomplished. And after a while, all you could see was orange highlighter on the paper. So, it feels good to know when you have accomplished something, no matter how big, no matter how small. Identify what works and what doesn't work so that when the next time you go forth, you will know what you want to do and what you will not do. And this helps you also with obtaining your goal faster, motivate you more because you know the ins and outs and things can happen. And sometimes, things happen that we're not expecting. So it's good to identify with what works and what doesn't. And then understand your environment. Where are you? Are you looking around? Are you noticing what's going on? Is this the relevant time for what you're trying to do? Are you trying to fit in and be cohesive, or make a seamless transition into whatever the environment, or is what you're trying to do causing a lot of confusion? So we need to understand our environment as well. These are very, very important tips on creating your strategy.
Yeah, because your environment can be counterproductive for you as
No,
well.
it cannot. No, it cannot.
Okay, achieving goals. Plot the framework or schedules for achieving your goal. Like you just mentioned, write down the specifics. Which objectives should I accomplish first, and what order? Use a goal sheet. Going back, reiterating what you just said. Use a goal sheet. Make your tasks within each goal. Be specific as possible and create timelines for achieving your goals. So you want to make sure you document everything that you're doing. Indicate from point A, I'm going to accomplish this. Establish your timeline. How long is it going to take you to accomplish step one, step two, step three, step four? Establish your timelines for everything. Therefore, you'll be able to see that you're getting closer and closer towards your goal. And then when you document everything, you're going to go back, you're going to execute and review. So that's what you need to do.
Achieving goals. This is very important. The planning phase. We have here all different types of examples of goal sheets, which are very important. I mean, I'm kind of giving my age up because it was back in the day. I just used line paper a lot of times or chart, but here you see live richer and my fab finance goal sheet. So this one, you're looking at your finances. Maybe you're planning on having so much money in the bank by a certain time. Going for the goal. This may be used for the soccer team. You got the ball there. You're able to write down your goals. You're able to maybe you are the goalie and you want to have so many goals accomplish so many goals, block so many goals by the end of the season. So here's another type of goal sheet that you could use. Then we have this one here, which just is another type of goal sheet. And this one has short-term goals, medium-term goals, and long-term. And that's why it's important to go back and look at things that you should or shouldn't do, or what worked and what didn't. Because in this case, maybe something in your short term goals did not work. And so you know not to use that. And we're also to use our short term goals as stepping stones for our medium term goals, and our medium term goals in a stepping stone to complete our long-term goals. So these are just three examples of goal sheets that we have here, and you can make up your own. You can go to the arts and crafts store if you're really an arts and craft person, and really make up whatever it is, whatever type of board that you like, that you can look at it and watch how you are obtaining the goals that you have set for yourself.
Achieving goals planning. So tip, identify key objectives, then identify smaller tasks.
Mm-hmm.
Allocate sufficient time for each task. Don't be in a rush, but you want to do everything on time and manner.
Mm-hmm.
Schedule some buffer time. Do not deviate from your original plan. So that's your blueprint. Bundle your smaller tasks if possible. So, say for instance, if you're on a weight loss plan, so you want to make sure you have all your healthy snacks, get them together, and then you can go to the gym on your way. So you've bundled two activities in one. You have your healthy snacks and you're going to the gym, and that's helping you to move towards your goal to accomplish your weight loss program. So just use your time very wisely and make sure you don't deviate from your blueprint. Now, sometimes, like with your weight loss plan, you might get off task just a little bit, but get back on track and go ahead, move forward, and accomplish your goal.
So that means you won't be baking any cakes, Annetta?
Well, if I bake a cake, I'm gonna give 3/4 of it away.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. This step is when meeting your goals become physically reality. Man, that's a good feeling. This is the step that people actually see. You should use the establishing strategy and planning steps and apply them to your life. Execute your plan. Don't be afraid to make adjustments as needed, because remember, when you're setting up things, it is not always the way you set them up, may not always work with everything. So don't have a problem adjusting things. It's always a good thing, because remember, we want what works, not what didn't work.
Right.
And here's a tip for you. Understand that your emotions or willpower can and most likely will fluctuate. I mean, sometimes when I was waiting to purchase my car, the dealers were calling. I didn't want to talk to them. I didn't want to talk to them because sometimes I said, am I going to ever go on and make the move? And so I didn't do that. But so remember that there will be the up days, the down days, but try as hard as you can to focus. Try as hard as you can to motivate yourself. all the things that's needed to really see the physical reality of everything that you've done up to this point. So it's very, very important to achieving your goal.
All right. Okay. Achieving goals review, track your results, review
Mm,
your progress, continue working on what's positive, and anything that's not working well for you, kick it out, discard it. Goal
right.
achieved. So if you achieve your goal, congratulate yourself. If no, go back and figure out what went wrong and try it again.
Getting a warehouse job. Let's use that example. Step one, establish. The goal is to get a warehouse job by August. Ideally, I want a forklift operator job in the warehouse. I prefer to work close to where I live or a specific employer. Some people want to love living close, working with close to where they live, or a specific employer. Sometimes it has to do with transportation issues, or maybe they have family members that with certain employers and they hear that they're good people to work for. If possible, I want to make a minimum of $14 an hour. Okay, so when you say that, think about what the starting salary of the company is already. Do you have any work experience? Has it said that they need someone with formal education or training in that specific field? Because remember, when you set your goals, remember that it's important to set obtainable and realistic goals. Step two, strategy. Review your job description to preference jobs. Review your job description. That is very important. That's why it's there, because it's telling you what the employer wants. Do I have the skills they require? Do you have the skills? If they require 4 years of experience and you're just completing forklift training, do you have the experience they require? What is the culture, environment of the employer? Is this somewhere you think that you would like to work? Um, is it somewhere where you think that you can maintain cohesiveness in a family unit? It may be just the opposite. I'm a very social person. I need to work. I love working around a more family oriented environment. People that are more very sociable and enjoy working with customers. So, what is the culture? You may be that person, and the place that you're applying for, they may not be that type of environment. So this is something else that you have to look at. And then last, what skills do they want that I don't currently have? And we spoke about that. Do they want you to have that experience, that 5 year experience, or are they willing to teach you? So these are some of the things. Once you read that one ad and then you start setting your goals, these are some of the things that you look at.
Okay, step three, planning. Find a location to get a forklift certification. Update your resume to reflect the skills that's needed. Plan to attend a recruitment event for the employer. Practice with a mock interview. Also develop an elevator pitch. In a basic elevator pitch, you're just able to roughly explain who you are and what skill set you have in a few minutes. Because imagine when you're on the elevator, you get on, you get off. You should be able to
Right.
quickly to give an overall view of your skills and abilities. Step four, execution time. Apply for the job online. Take targeted resumes when you're going on recruitment events. Take targeted resumes to the employer during the recruitment event. Try to grab business cards from the recruiters and follow up through an email. Say, hi, hello, my name is blah, blah, blah. I met you at the recruitment fair at blah, 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 today. I'm interested in applying for a forklift position. Here's my resume. I recently completed my training, blah, blah, blah. So you want to stay in touch. That's how you build your network of employers, and that will increase your opportunity of obtaining employment.
And that under step 3, under the planning part, practice with a mock interview. That is very, very important. Seeing customers as they come into the center when we were still working, it is very important because when we do assessments, and I'll ask someone, tell me a little bit about yourself. It's sometimes hard for people to talk about themselves. So that interview, those mock interviews, they are very, very
Crucial.
helpful. They
They're
make
crucial.
you more relaxed, and
Mhm.
you can, really feel more confident when you are setting up what it is you need to do, as far as, like, if say you get an interview, it helps a lot. So it's very, very important that you do the mock interviews and be able to talk about yourself. That elevator pitch is very, very important. Okay, step 5, review. Did I achieve an interview? Did I follow the directions on the application? Did I fill my application out? Well, most people are doing computers, but let's say if you're doing it manually and the application says you need to complete it with black ink, did you use black or blue ink? So, did I follow the directions on the application? Maybe my resume and needed skills didn't quite match the posting in the applicant tracking system. And that can happen. That can happen a lot of times. But the best way to maybe help more with you obtaining that job is to make sure that those skills and that your resume and the skills that you have on do match the postings. Do I need more skills training? You may need more skills training. And it depends on, what the jobs match is saying, what the job is asking you for. Because remember, that application is telling you exactly what they're looking for. Was my resume format acceptable? If some companies, they have a resume format. I know the federal government, take example, they have a resume format. And if it's not the format when they receive it, your resume doesn't even get looked at. So remember, this is another good question. Was my resume formatted acceptable? If they give you information about what the margins need to be or how to upload it, make sure you follow those directions, because it will help you in the long run obtain your goal. Was my interview strong? Did I do a good job for matching my skills and abilities to the hiring needs? And I just spoke on that mock interviewing. It is very, very important that you do that. You'd be surprised how, when you get in front of people, especially you don't know, you get the jitters. Sometimes you get nervous. So it is important to practice that. It makes everything a little better. Should I practice interviewing more? Yes, of course. You're at home. You can practice with family members. You can practice with friends. You can sit in front of the mirror and practice, but it's important to practice. Sometimes an employer will tell you why they chose someone else. Wow. And use that to your advantage. Don't feel bad about it. Use it to your advantage. Listen to what the interviewer says. And maybe the next time when you're setting your goals, you can use some of the information that you've required from the interviewer. And last, apply what you learned to the next attempt. Remember, I talked about long term, short term, long term, medium term. Use them as stepping stones to reach your ultimate goal, to reach your long term goal. And so, whatever you learn on the first attempt, you use it as you go forward to the next attempt.
Okay, so we're coming to the conclusion of our presentation, Vanessa. So MOED Facebook Live events on Tuesday and Thursday at 1 o'clock is job preparation, job readiness workshops. On Wednesdays at 1 o'clock is MOED virtual recruitment. and Job Club. And so, Virtual Job Club, who's hiring in Baltimore, so you can tune in on Thursday at 1 o'clock at Facebook Live at BL Vault, MOED. So we have live events now that we're closed. Also, if you need further assistance, if you need assistance with your resume, if you need to brush up on your interviewing strategies, or if you're seeking referrals to employers, or if you need technical job application assistance, and if you're interested in updating your skill set, then we can refer you for training opportunities. Or if you just need career guidance, we're here for that as well. All our services are still provided remotely. We're here for you. Even though we're not in the office, we still can assist you with all your employment needs. And if you need any assistance, request this information through, make your request known through this website, the email address, I'm sorry, at https://bit-ly/assistance request. You need any assistance, we're here for you.
At this time, are there any questions? We are here to help you in any way that we can. We thank you for your time. And if you have any questions, we'll be glad to answer them. Prayerfully, we can.
Well, Vanessa, don't seem like we have any questions. And it's so good to see you because I hadn't seen you since March.
I know.
Yeah.
I miss everybody. You know, I'm a social butterfly. So
Butterfly.
I miss everybody, yes. And I'm glad to get a chance to see you. And I want to say hello to Jamal and Mr. Blair, customers of mine, and our director of human services director, Miss Dixon Henry. You know,
Yes.
say hello to everybody that is on watching us today. We really appreciate you. And I want to give a special shout out to our center manager, Mr. Antonio Logan.
Yes, yes.
He is a really just a good guy. And so I just want to thank you for that.
Okay, well, we're signing off, and everybody have a wonderful day and take care. Be safe. Wear your mask. Social distance.
Social distance. Bye-bye.
Take care.